Hi there, I'm Rowan, and yeah, today I am doing an end of year recap of what the heck has changed with me and how we do stuff here. So, first of all, our equipment has changed over the year. If you've seen the other video, that we switched out our PC. We're now using a 13th gen Intel i5 with, a custom case and um, nice RAM and two video cards, all that stuff that we've already gone over. But this is our setup. We have three monitors. We've got the over on the right, we have a really old HP 1080p monitor that barely has, barely has HDMI on it. And then next to it, we have our XP Pen tablet slash monitor, which Mr. R uses to do artwork regularly. And then next to that, we have a newer Asus monitor, which is still 1080p, but it uses, what is that terminology? I need coffee. It uses viewport. I think that's the term. The video technology that's like HDMI, but it's got some extra stuff. Yeah, I know tech. I just don't know words. You'll have to forgive my voice. I know my voice is terrible. It's synthetic. It's created out of a filter we use, Gform. But it's worse today because Mr. R has the dregs of a cold. Yay, winter. Yay, end of year. Yay, vacation. Yay! Anyhow, yeah, you can't see it, but I'm holding a big old mug of coffee. So yeah, we have these three monitors. We've got a little tablet down there, some USBs, USB, wow, I swear I'm not on drugs. We have little, USB keys. Yeah, those things, those little USB thingies that have the memory in them, like Sims, but not Sims. More coffee. I need more coffee. Now, we have USB flash drives. We have our non-Logitech keyboard with a cable and our Logitech mouse. Eventually, we'll figure out what we're doing there because I'd really like to have one USB dongle and a wireless keyboard and a mouse. But I don't really like the keyboards I've seen from Logitech. So, yeah, it's kind of annoying, but eventually we'll get there. That's going to be the next research project. Excuse me. And then behind my head here, there's a couple of Logitech USB speakers, a little quiet clock, and we got our video for our web camera for capturing Mr. R's soul so that we can have me animated. Okay, no, we're not really capturing his soul. We're just, getting his body digitized. And of course, that goes into Intel's virtual camera setup in Intel Art Control. And then that goes, into XR Animator. And if you can tell, we're not using VC Face. We're using Vnyan now. It's got some very nice features, and uh, please tell me if I completely mash his name up, her name up, or their name up. Savidril's software. Savidril has done a great job developing this. I'm sure he's going to be the first to tell you that he has a huge team of people to help him on this. And yeah, so it's a nice software. It's absolutely free. If you like it, you should. If you use it and you like it, you should definitely buy him some coffee. Yeah, him, her. I don't know Savidril personally, so I don't know. I don't know their pronouns. If they have pronouns, whatever. For all I know, they're in the same boat we are, where I'm a girl and Mr. R is a guy, and we coexist. Excuse me, all this coughing, all this illness. Hopefully it's gone soon. Anyhow, yeah, so we've got more stuff going on here. Obviously, we have our lighting. That backlight there is just a LED undercounter light that Mr. R got at the hardware store, and we put a piece of tissue in front. That diffuses the light so that it isn't too harsh. So when we do overhead cam shots, it's hopefully doesn't glare too much, and it lights up Mr. R properly so that we can once again steal his soul to animate me. We don't have an overhead camera right now. Yeah, over there. I don't know. Are you? Oh, yeah. He's gonna get in the shot. Mr. R is gonna point out that we don't have an overhead cam right now because some Windows update decided that the really old camera that we use for that isn't good enough. It's lost its place in the canon of Microsoft's acceptable hardware list. So we'll be replacing that probably with what we're recording the outside world here on. Yeah, one of Mr. R's old cell phones is being used for this camera that we're recording. And yeah, never mind the skull and the references to, possession and stealing souls. There's nothing about that. Nothing demonic going on here. I'm just a girl that lives in Mr. R. Yeah, in Mr. R's mind, in his soul. I can't steal his soul because I live in it already. I've already possessed it. Okay, and of course I have my little plushie Cthulhu up there, and yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in the room. But yes, so yeah, we have this great big TV back there that you can't see anything but the back of. And that gets used rarely. Sometimes we'll play the PS5 games on it. Yeah, that obscured white section back there is the PS5, in which we most of the time we just use the PlayStation remote software. Just play it on one of these monitors. Excuse me, sick. I hate being sick. Yeah. Um, so yeah, hardware wise, that's pretty much it for everything. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I buried the headline. Um, so we normally have been using the Diety Mic. You can see it. It's over here. Right now, we've determined that we're gonna be using that pretty much exclusively as a room mic. Hold on a second. I gotta move this a little bit. I had to move the chair out because it's totally in the space I want to be standing in. But yeah, so we're not using the Deity mic anymore. We really love it. It's a great mic, but it's a shotgun condenser mic, pencil mic, whatever you want to call it. And it's very sensitive. It picks up sound very well. It's got very high SPL. And because of it, it picks up noise from the other room very well. Yeah, this room is just a room in a house. We have plenty of physical obstructions to try to absorb sound, but honestly, the walls are not treated. The well, we have carpet, and the door has got a huge crack in the bottom, and sound comes through. So yeah, we're just not in a good space for using such a sensitive microphone. So what we've done is we've switched over to using a Maono. I think it's actually a Chinese name, Maono. It's a Chinese company. I think it's the PX200, PB, whatever, 200 peanut butter jelly. That's not the name, but it's got a 200. It's not the really expensive one. It's the one that costs less than $70. Yeah, and it's working out pretty good. We might get the other one. I don't know what the big advantages of the other one, but this one is a combo XLR and USB mic. And you remember we, in the last video, talked about, well, one of our last videos, we talked about um, putting our microphone arm up on the shelf to isolate sound, which we're still doing. And as I pan up, you can tell that we're still doing the thing with the, you know, hold on. We're still doing the thing with the shoestrings to isolate the springs. Okay. And you might have heard a little vibration there. And part of that is the new microphone, and part of that is that we have gone to version 2 of the FrankenArm. Yes, we used to have an extension on this arm that was a pop filter flexible rod that we mounted the microphone to, specifically the Deity at the time. But what we found was that the flexible arm, because it's made out of multiple little joints of metal, would make this terrible groaning and grinding noise anytime we decided to tweak it. So it kind of defeated the purpose of being able to move our microphone. So this is the FrankenArm Mark II, and this is what we've done to fix it. Yes, this is it. Let me get it better in frame. Yeah, let me get it better in frame, and let me get it to where we can actually, speak into the microphone. Yay, backlighting. I think I would have learned by now, huh? Here, let me adjust this and bring it down, and yay, and adjust you up, and bring this into frame. There we go. So, come on. Everything has to be just a little weird now, doesn't it? Yeah, but you can tell that we've got this. Oh, we haven't put the shoelace in there. You can definitely hear the thunder in the background, but that'll be taken care of. And you can tell it cost us a whole $5. That's what the little red orange tag is. We believe that it's beneficial to us, the environment, to sanity, and our pocketbooks to reuse as much as possible. So instead of buying a whole new arm, instead of going out and ordering something for $20 just to chop it up and put it back together, we went and spent some time going to a couple of thrift stores and a secondhand store to get an old flexible arm lamp that cost us $5 and took that apart and put it back together to give us this nice extension. So here we have the world's first and maybe only, I don't know if other people have done this, but here we have our FrankenArm Mark II. Yeah. Yay! And that's pretty much it for the hard technology changes. The Maono, what model? Hold on a second here. It's a Maono PD200X dynamic microphone. It's front address, and it's doing a pretty good job with all the stuff that we're pushing it to do with the stuff that we're doing with all our filters and such not. I do notice that I'm getting some of that high-end chirp in the audio, which I'll have to figure out what the deal is with that. I don't know if it's just something to do because when we were using the Yeti Nano, we had this problem also. We didn't have it with the the Deity, but we had other issues. So yeah, don't mind the weird stuttering. That's just the way I am. It's very hard. Mr. R's mouth is only shapeable in so many ways, and he's not a professional speaker. That and oftentimes hydration is coffee. It should be water, I know, but it's coffee. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it for all of our technology changes that I can think of. As a review, though, this desk. So, we told you about how we split up the desk into two separate desks with, here, let me get the stuff in frame properly. Yeah, so what we have here is the wooden uprights and the little shelf with all the stuff on it. Those are attached to our other desk that Mr. R's dad made. It's quite the burly 1980s technology wood desk that's made out of like planks of wood and just more wood, and the thing weighs like a tank. But yeah, so the uprights are attached to that, a very solid surface, a very solid structure. And we did that, of course, to separate out the microphone and various other things that we don't want to cause vibrations um, on, on our microphone. Yeah, it's all separate from our work surface. So banging away at the keyboard and thumping on the desk isn't going to make all sorts of weird noises. Yeah. Anyhow, so the metal arms in front of the wooden arms are attached to this desk. And the desk, oh, wow. That's the one problem with using this. We're using an IP phone software, an IP camera software, and we're not able to zoom the video. If you guys know a nice IP camera software that you can do zooming that, is either free or, is shareware, coffeeware. Is that a term now? Coffeeware. If you know of some software like that, then I'd really appreciate it if you guys could leave a comment, and so we can play around and see if we can, use that instead. Specifically, we really like the idea of being able to zoom. But so yeah, this table here started out life in the mid to late 1990s as a computer desk. Yes, it started out as what it is now, a computer desk. But, it originally was made out of particle board or compressed board or whatever you want to call it. The MDF or whatever with the photographic layer of wood-like surface on top. And it was way too small and it was way too cluttered. The crossbars on the top, you can see those metal crossbars used to have a little shelf on them, same shelf that's above there and been put onto the other table. And it was very claustrophobic. Uh, I know they tried to make it nice and airy, but with that, it was the table was too small, and there was a little metal rack on the right side for CDs, and another little metal rack on the left side for some other random thing. And it really didn't serve its purpose well as a work surface. And not to mention it came with these plastic casters which lifted the table up too high, which is they had to lift it up because they put drawers under it, and then they put a keyboard under that. So, if you wanted to work on the counter, it was too high for a keyboard, but if you put a keyboard on the tray, it wasn't wide enough for a keyboard and a mouse. Or maybe it had just enough for a mouse, but not enough for a tablet. But then, that was too low and it kept bumping your legs and it was just terrible. So we took that off and we replaced it with like what is this? A 2.5 by 4 foot piece of 1/4 inch plywood. Nice plywood, by the way. But we never finished it. Instead, we got this LTT mat that covers it nicely and gives us a nice clean work surface. And this is all Mr. R's design, by the way. We have this aesthetic. We don't just, reuse things as much as possible. We build things out of wood and plywood and screws, and we come up with ideas because it's often easier for us to put something together and have it work the way we want it to work, rather than going out and spending a bunch of money on something that, you know, is kind of what we want and kind of not, and then having to work a lot on it. Well, obviously, that's what happened with this table. And it's actually a benefit because the basic structure is very well put together. We wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't. Excuse me. Um, but yeah, the table's pretty well put together, and it's light, and it's now it's been taken off those casters and put on some sliders. And yeah, let me show you the underside of the table. Let me get. Uh, oh yeah, this is one of our other pieces of equipment. These little buggers here are. Oops, come on. These are Kleins, made by Klein Tools. They got a little rare earth magnet on the back, and you know they're pretty darn good for being able to. They're pretty darn good for being able to point in rather different directions to put a spot on something. But yeah, they're also useful. There we go. To light up the underside of things. Let me see if I can move the camera and do stuff. Okay, we are now freehanding the camera. Please don't have issues with vertigo because of us. Getting around cables. There we go. You can see. Hi. There's this one minor problem. My camera's gonna do weird things because, well, the webcam is all the way up there. And when I go under the table, you're gonna see all sorts of weird things happen. But we'll see. Let's adjust the microphone. There we go. You can see under here that we've got a pretty standard setup. Okay, can you still see me? Oh, hey. Hi there. I'm a little short right now. But under the table, we've got a bunch of framework and the original metal legs and the back plate. And that's pretty much it for the original table. Just the side frames, the arms, you know, just enough structure to actually define a table. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry if my eyes were rolling in the back of my head. It's not because I'm possessed. No, I'm usually no, that does not happen. We are not demons. We're just normal human beings here. That's all we are. Yeah. Okay, so here's a nice case. It is got a cable in front of it. This is our nice fractal design. We wanted it to be white, but we couldn't get white because for some reason it was only available in frickin' England, and there would have been $100 surcharge on it, and it would have not had the LED on it, the RGB lights, and yeah, so we ended up getting the black one instead. At some point, we'll get another case, and maybe it'll be white, maybe it won't. I don't know. Well, that'll be next year, maybe. So yeah, we got a nice Netgear switch. We got our power distribution block, and we've got an APC UPS, which is a salvage. It was thrown out. It had a bad battery. Everything else was fine. All it needed was a new battery. Jeez. Oh, we should dust. Yeah. And again, so nice plywood construction, screws. Yeah, that's pretty much it for how things are built here. Plywood, screws. Yeah, that's how we work. Let me. Okay, let's get that out of there because we don't need to waste the power. These clients, by the way, come on. They have multiple settings, but these Kleins use a lithium-ion battery, and if you pop open the side, you see that you have a nice USB-C charger on them. So yeah, that's pretty much our setup right now. Oh yeah, we also got this stand, and it was like $15, but it didn't have the adjuster equipment here. It didn't have the thing on top. That's a newer product. Yeah, we spent some money to upgrade this $15 stand to make it so that we can record stuff. Yay! And all in all, we've done our best to not waste a bunch of money this year. I know if you talk to Miss Anita, there are some things that we spent a lot of money on, and other things which strangely she decided was perfectly fine. Go get it. Yeah, like the PlayStation 5. Yay! I'm so happy about that. I don't know if I've been in frame at all lately, but here we go. Now I'm back in frame. And the microphone is not in frame. Yay! So, this has been kind of, a year's worth of doing stuff. I hope you found this helpful and educational and enjoyable and all those wonderful adjectives. Yeah, because, that's what we're here for, is to not just educate and inform, but to, help you have a little bit of fun looking at stuff and give you ideas and, help steer everyone out of the trouble of technology, because we end up doing lots of stupid things trying to steer ourselves out of the trouble of technology. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And, if you want to see more stuff like this, leave a comment. If you want to see other stuff, do that. And of course, like and subscribe and say hello, leave comments, do stuff like that. And I hope to see you again real soon. So until then, bye.